So I'm Siran, and I'm here to tell you about Mirza and how we support financial security for working families. So my co-founder Mel and I started this company on a deeply personal mission. We're both keenly aware of the caregiving costs we face for our families across children and elders. My mom was a biochemist in China, and like many moms, stopped working when my parents had me because childcare is too expensive. But the moment we start our families is what kicks off 80% of the gender pay gap. And that's not just costly for families, but for employers too, with turnover. So 56% of women in STEM leave our jobs mid-career. It's happening because we can't afford childcare, handling family expenses and plans. That cognitive load is too hard. So when my family immigrated to the States, my dad left us, and newly single mother had to support me. So she worked an hourly job a day, went to school at night for accounting, and that was lucky because understanding the tax system is life-changing. I was one of those rare kids who had free lunch at school, but a used car to get to swim practice. And that's because of tax savings and the right accounts. So we're here to make the knowledge my mom had to use an UGMA for a used car accessible. Our solution starts with financial planning because currently the industry is focused on retirement, these far off things that we can't imagine. So family takes up the bulk of our mental space and our budgets. That's our approach. And this kind of support to optimize your money is only really accessible for the well-off. But we work through employers to make it accessible. On top of that, we built in optional employer stipends for care using tax credits, and we built in payment through Mirza. So we take away the cognitive load for family finances. So here's how it would work. If my mom had Mirza, she's 36, has a young daughter, pulls up Mirza each year through her employer, and then when she's choosing her employee benefits that are pre-tax, she'll make any updates around family plans, costs like childcare, higher education, then we do the rest. We optimize for pre-tax contributions and accounts with further benefits, open the accounts, make the allocations. And we API in through payroll, so employers really just need to enable Mirza to support caregivers, maximize benefits utilization, and get payroll tax savings. Parents are stretched enough, so we charge employers, and when we hit our target of 10 companies by the second half of next year, we're on track to hit 15 million in ARR in 2024. So there's a huge market opportunity to have a wedge in to support not just caregivers, but every employee's financial health. And that's important because our pilots are phasing in starting next month when we have some really big players lined up. And we're thrilled that CVS, an employer of 300,000 people, is excited about our vision. And that's our unique insight. Large enterprises offer benefits for employees across the earning spectrum, but employees don't have the same financial literacy and don't even know what benefits they have, then how to maximize them. That's a powerful go-to-market strategy to tackle a huge swath of the economy. So we have some incredible investors supporting us in the US, and we're now looking for some pre-seed funds and angels and offices across the US and UK who believe in this mission. With your support, we'll launch publicly, build the key partnerships to scale quickly, and have those 10 companies on board in the next 12 months. And honestly, COVID has created a crisis. We've seen the headlines for working moms, but with a crisis comes opportunity. This is the right moment, and we're just missing you.
Thanks for that, Siran. Really love that you've drawn on your own personal experience to really kind of kickstart the mission with Mirza. So what's the longer term vision? And let's say everything falls into place with Mirza. Where's the company in 5 years?
This is really what excites us so much. When we can, in 5 years, we're scaled across the Walmarts and Targets and these large enterprises, the US military have a broad swath of your financial planning, saving, investing, and spending data all through Mirza. That means we are at the forefront of really, truly personalized consumer financial products. That's where we can do super interesting things that really support caregivers, helping folks borrow against future earnings to support the super high cost of childcare in that isolated first few years, and creating retirement plans that don't penalize caregivers and create this huge pension gap that women face. So look out for Mirza to be that go-to for all things family finance.